Wilder Show podcast. I'm Scott, and that is Lauren.
Mm-hmm, that is true.
How are you today, Lauren?
I'm okay. How are you?
Yeah, I'm okay.
It's getting kind of warm.
Yeah, Instagram, we'll talk about that. Mm-hmm. Instagram, you'll find us there and search Wilder Show Pod, and then like and all that. If you want to send us email, just email the podcast at wildershow.com. The Wilder Show podcast drops Tuesdays and Fridays, 6 a.m. Central Time or before, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeart, Amazon, YouTube, all the places, wherever you get your podcasts. Would you like, rate, follow, subscribe, and share? And we will really appreciate that. I didn't bring the mailbag in. We did have lots of back and forth this week, but no one has yet gotten my little word puzzle.
Oh, really?
My little word puzzle.
Wait,
and so there's still room.
Did you say there were guesses?
No, we have other email that I didn't bring in to talk about. Interesting and fascinating, perhaps in the future. But no one has gotten the little word puzzle yet. So there's still room for you. And once again, here it is. Name a 7-letter English word with only 2 consonants and all 5 vowels. A, E, I, O, and U. Anyway, comment wherever you get your podcast, or you can email us if you want, podcast@wildershow.com. So again, name a 7-letter English word that Lauren has tipped to you. It is a noun with only 2 consonants and all 5 vowels, A, E, I, O, and U. The war, we'll get to that, but we have to talk about what just happened yesterday afternoon, the mosque horror in San Diego. Now, as we are talking about this, we don't know that much. It's a shooting. It was an active shooter event in San Diego. More than 100 police cars. If you saw the video, it's unbelievable to see all the police cars and first responders. It happened at the largest mosque in the United States. Dozens of local police, SWAT teams, all converged on the Islamic Center of San Diego about noon yesterday. Multiple people shot. 2 of the people that are dead were told were the shooters, and they likely died from self-inflicted gunshot wound. They said a security guard exchanged gunfire with one of the suspects. It also has a school.
That's what I was going to ask. Yeah. I thought I'd heard. It's a giant compound.
Yeah. It's only pre-K through 3rd grade, though.
Okay.
So they're little kids. Anyway, you'll see more. There's not a lot that we know about it as of the time we're talking. More will be known. So we have with the war to talk about. We have. Did you watch the Rededicating America 250 that happened on Sunday? Did you watch that?
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm talking about? It's a massive thing.
Yeah.
It was all about God and country and lots of faith leaders and things like that. Speeches, prayers, great singers. Chris Tomlin was there. Blessing Offer was there. Some others. Anyway, we'll talk a little bit about that. And this big election going on today in Kentucky. We have to talk about that. So we have all that. And I have a funny little unintended funny giggle about Kamala Harris today.
Okay.
All right, the war. The president, the president announced yesterday afternoon, he said he is going to call off the planned attack for today in Iran after the heads of 3 regional powers in the Middle East asked him, Sir, Mr. President, would you hold off just one day? What if we found 10 righteous men? That's, if you know, you know. The president said he received requests from the Qatari Emir, Saudi Crown Prince, and UAE President. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth and Joint Chiefs Chairman Dan Raisen-Kane should still, quote, be prepared to go forward with a full, large-scale assault of Iran on a moment's notice in the event that an acceptable deal is not reached. Some of the stuff he says just sounds like it's like really bad dialogue from a B movie. Trump, in a Truth Social post, said he has informed U.S. military leaders, quote, that we will not, all caps, be doing the scheduled attack of Iran tomorrow, end quote, in light of the request from the Qatari and others. Here's the thing. There had been no indication there was even going to be an attack today. So now that it's been, quote, called off, you can talk about how I held back because I was asked by these other leaders not to do it. So I'm going to basically give you, one more chance because this deal has to include, importantly, all caps, no nuclear weapons for Iran, the president wrote. The president claimed in yesterday's post that the three regional leaders had asked for the planned attack to be postponed. So real quick, if that's true, the three other regional leaders knew of a planned attack?
Sounds like it.
I didn't think we told anybody else anything like that.
Could it have been that they... No, that doesn't make sense.
I think...
They wouldn't have come to him and said, if you have something planned...
All three wouldn't have. No
right?
way, yeah.
No.
So the president, anyway, claimed in the post that the regional leaders had asked for the planned attack to be postponed, quote, in that serious negotiations are now taking place and that, in their opinion, as great leaders and allies, a deal will be made, which will be very acceptable to the United States of America, as well as all countries in the Middle East and beyond. I believe Tyler Robinson and his furry friend wrote those texts to each other more than I believe the president wrote that. At least I hope so. The wording, I don't get. Anyway, that's so, whew, no war today. That scheduled war has been called off. And let me say a word about the Rededicating America 250. It was a gathering to, well, obviously, rededicate the nation to God. Lots of music, lots of faith leaders, little speeches and prayers. Blessing Offer was there. He's a singer.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know he's from Nigeria.
I don't remember knowing that either.
Yeah, interesting story that he told. Chris Tomlin was there, and he's fantastic. Others, let's see, Franklin Graham, Jack Graham, Robert Jeffress, other preacher types. Is it Cardinal Timothy Dolan? Have I said that
that's
right?
Right.
Timothy Cardinal Dolan, some order of things.
Yeah.
The order is always different for me. I don't really understand. Rabbis, too. Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, was there in person. Others sending video messages. The president did. Vice President did. Pete Hegseth did. The thing that was interesting about the event is it's not something that a bunch of Christians just sort of made up, like let's have a big party there on the National Mall. It wasn't really like we're taking over. It really was a restatement of what the founders intended.
Mm-hmm.
And I found that really interesting.
Yeah.
That there were people a little uncomfortable, honestly, as a Christian. I mean, even as a Christian, a little uncomfortable with the degree to which, if you're going to have an interfaith gathering, coming on right after the rabbi, stand up if you love Jesus, doesn't everybody, the founding of the country. I mean, the truth is, we weren't founded by only Christians.
Right.
Some were just deists. So I'm not saying we're not a Christian country. I'm just saying, let's tap the brakes a little bit. There was a little bit more diversity in that first gathering, and that's okay. It's okay to have that be the case. Anyway, a bunch of Christians there, obviously, mostly Christians, made up the attendees. It was pretty full. I don't know what numbers they gave, but it really was just the restatement of what the founders intended and what honestly what makes America great. If you really want to make America great again, on this last Sunday was true to what the founders and the founding was about, I think, and what I think is missing. By the way, we're going to have something special for you as we walk up to the 250th anniversary, a little anniversary of the Declaration of Independence, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Cool.
I hope it'll be something that you'll share far and wide. So anyway, soon. I thought Sunday was nice. If you missed it, I think you can find it archived on their site. Just look it up.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like 7 hours long.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I was juggling three things. I was juggling.
I was going to say there had to be some golf in there.
Oh, yeah. One of the four majors. So I had to watch that. And I had to watch a little NASCAR. It was the Miracle Mile.
Busy.
The Monster Mile, not the Miracle, not Chicago, but the Monster Mile Dover, which was really wonderful. So I watched all three of those. Oh, and then also at the very end of that, I had to watch 60 Minutes. It was Anderson Cooper's Goodbye.
That's right.
And so if you want to check that out, he cried. He's a crier, I think. He's a crier a little bit.
He's an emotional guy. I have no problem with that.
Yeah, not on either. He's a giggler, and he's also a crier. Sort of both ends of the emotional spectrum. But I'm a fan. Anyway, he's saying goodbye because of Barry Weiss. That's why.
Mm.
Because of Barry, the girl Barry. And then, is it Christopher Nolan?
Oh, yeah.
Christopher Nolan.
About the Odyssey?
The last story was on Christopher Nolan.
Oh, wow.
It was good. I've got it taped on the thing. But it was good. Talking about the Odyssey.
Yeah.
Didn't talk about some of the controversy of the casting.
Yeah.
But it was talking about him and his ability and as a director and how he does it and all this stuff. Interviewed his brother, interviewed his brother, and interviewed Matt Damon. Also interviewed him. Anyway, it was pretty interesting, I think. Shot the thing in 70 millimeter. I mean, shot it for IMAX, which is incredibly expensive to shoot it that way. It was, check it out if you want to check it out. Big election coming up in Kentucky today. This is the primary where Thomas Massie, who has won election to the U.S. House in Kentucky, the 4th District, by wide margins 7 times.
Man.
7 times. However, he is the target of the president, primarying Thomas Massie because he strayed from the president on several, things that are important to the president. The Big Beautiful Bill Act, he didn't support it. He was the key Republican who successfully pushed to force the vote to require the Department of Justice to release its records of Jeffrey Epstein. So the president opposed releasing the Epstein files until it became clear that Congress was going to do it anyway. Then he said, sure, go ahead. So despite the fact that he votes with the president like 91% of the time. By the way, I'll give you a good line. If somebody says, hey, I'm with you 91% of the time, and that's not good enough for you, here what the response can be. A chimpanzee and a human share 91% of DNA. We are not the same. So he is on the president's figurative hit list. The airing of grievances continues. It's like a never-ending Festivus. But I bring it up because...
why limit it to one season, really?
But I bring it up because of the people that the president has sought to primary. I mean, every district is different, right? Bill Cassidy, good example. Bill Cassidy just lost the primary because he voted to convict Trump after January 6th. When he did that, I mean, he had to know he was, sealing his political fate.
Right.
So Trump supported his opponent, Bill Cassidy's opponent, Julia Letlow, against him in the primary. She beat him in the primary. I think she got like 45%. And the guy in second, he came in third. The guy in second, John Fleming, he came in at 28%. So there'll be a runoff, but there won't be if he withdraws, if it's clear he's not going to win, if she made basically twice what he made. Anyway, I bring all that up because, unlike what happened in the primary with Cassidy, I think Thomas Massie might still win. But, man, it is a full court press by the president. See, if Massie, here's the way it's going to be playing out in the media. If Massie wins, they will say Trump's power is gone or the president is weak. The president's power has waned or whatever. But Thomas Massie might know his constituents better. It's a House seat, not a Senate seat. It's a completely different thing. They call the House of Representatives the People's House because those people have to be elected every 2 years. They're closer to their constituents, in theory, than are senators. Anyway, the president's doing his best to get him primaried to the point that the president yesterday sent a surrogate to campaign against Massie. So you're going to dispatch someone because, in truth, I mean, the president didn't go. He's a little bit busy, the president, right? So I like that he decided that he had other more important things to do. He sent a surrogate instead. Who do you think he sent? Who in the administration would have less to do and more time to speak against a political enemy of the president to try and get them to lose their job they've had for 14 years? So who do you think he sent? Who has the time and not much other things to do?
Would he send the vice president?
No, it's a really good guess. At a time of war, he sent the Secretary of Defense.
Seems like he might have some other things to do.
When we're at war, to campaign in a primary election so you can make sure that the person who offended you gets defeated in the Republican primary, Pete Hegseth. See, I would think he would have a full dance card.
Mm-hmm.
But, priorities. Kamala Harris is thinking she will be president.
Ooh.
She said she wants to have a no bad ideas brainstorm. But then the topics were statehood for Puerto Rico and D.C. and expanding the Supreme Court to 13 members. So there are bad ideas.
So we're starting out the no bad ideas brainstorm with several pretty bad ideas.
Yeah. The foundational one is that she might be president. Oh, one more thing. I was minding my own business at 2 a.m. on Saturday morning as I was getting in line at North Park.
No way.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Oh, you really don't?
I don't.
Police came out on a Saturday morning.
At 2 a.m.?
2 a.m.
In line for what? Some Apple thing?
No. I can't believe you didn't know about this.
Is it a fashion thing? Because I'm so fashion forward.
Well, sort of. It's a collaboration, as they say.
Okay.
Collab between Swatch and, I hope I pronounce this right, Audemars Piguet.
Piguet.
Piguet, not Piguet, but Piguet.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it is what did they say was even special about it? It's not even a limited time thing. I mean, they're going to have them for a while, but people were lined up literally around the mall.
Well, they had to have
early in the morning. The police had to come.
I mean, you would have had to have waited for more to come.
But what I mean to say, they only had 45 in that store, but Swatch came out with the thing and said, "Hey, listen, they're going to have them. Don't kill each other for them." But they had pepper spray being sprayed and all kinds of stuff.
Wow!
And all I wanted was to get my pocket watch. Remember that time when I had my favorite pocket watch, and you had really long hair, and I sold my pocket watch to buy you a clip for your hair, and then it turns out at the same time cut your hair to buy me a chain for my watch.
I think you're misremembering. You're conflating your own life with another story. Although Bert and Ernie did a great an homage to that to that story.
And then remember that time when I wanted to get all the townspeople excited, and so I kept yelling "Wolf, Wolf," and they all. Oh, it is the time for Scattershoot.
Let's go.
On. Ready?
I'm ready.
Wilder Show Scattershoot. All right.
I thought you were a big fan of the Eurovision Song Contest.
Yeah. Well, since my one song was rejected, it's not been the same.
Little resentful. Yeah.
I stung a little. Stung. It stings.
Well, the winner was named over the weekend.
Yeah, and you know what? And I bet it's a song that is not better than mine.
I don't know.
Tell me what won.
Wait, what was your song? Did I ever hear it?
It's too hurtful. Go ahead and tell me who won over the weekend.
Well, first of all, it was the 70th annual song contest. So this has been going on for a long time. The song was the entry from Bulgaria. First Eurovision victory since joining the competition in 2005. So they've been at it for a long time. And haven't won, not picked as a favorite by any of the Rolling Stone listed, 5 most likely winners, a lot of different lists from people who were predicting the winner. It was the artist is named Dara, and the song is called Bangaranga.
Bangaranga.
Yeah, I can't say I recommend it.
Oh, you heard it?
I listened to it. I watched. I don't know if it's the video or if it was. I guess it's the maybe not the actual live performance, but a video for it. I might have bad dreams. It was a little scary.
Really, the song is scary.
Well,
now I want to go see it.
It's kind of intense. So Bangaranga is inspired by something called kukeri, the title. Bangaranga.
Go ahead. I know what that. Go ahead.
Kukeri, which is an ancient Bulgarian ritual where men roam through villages dressed in furry costumes with bells and animal masks. Yeah, I think I'm out. I'm out on Kukeri. I'm out on furry costumes. with the bells and the animal masks.
Yeah.
And I'm out. I wouldn't say I'm totally out on Bulgaria, but I am out on Bangaranga.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't think I need to hear it again. And I guess, I mean, I don't know if this means it will be an international hit because it won the competition. It does mean that next year's Eurovision Song Contest will take place in Bulgaria.
Oh, is that how that works?
That's how they decide, I guess, which I didn't even know.
These are people from all over the world that submit songs. And so, but the people that decide, I mean, might it be influenced by where they want to be next year? If for the next year it's going to be another country, probably not. But anyway, so
maybe.
Next year I'll put a song in.
Okay.
Again, I'll give it one more chance next year. When is the? Would you put that on our calendar?
I will. I'll have to do a little research to see when the deadline is.
And the format and all that. I think not to overstate it, but I'm pretty confident.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll see what I can find out. Okay, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You're in a new relationship.
Okay.
It's a hypothetical.
Okay, if you were in a new relationship.
If you were in a new relationship.
I got you. Okay.
It feels pretty promising. Now I know you would never do this, so you're gonna have to use your imagination a little bit. Okay. When do you think would be the right time for you to ask your new friend's thoughts on a prenup? When do experts suggest you bring up the idea of a prenup? Were you to consider the option of a prenup?
I don't really believe necessarily. I'll take your example.
Yeah.
Your hypothetical. If I were a prenup person,
which I know you're not.
Right. When would I want to bring that up? Not the first date. Not the second date. I think probably, I don't know. I guess you'd have to decide when you're really thinking of being serious. Be somewhere before that.
Well,
if it's important to you.
Maybe not. I thought you were going to get this right. And then I was going to accuse you of having heard this already. It's the third date.
Really?
The third date. And the reason is to kind of depersonalize it, sanitize it a little bit, talk about how you feel about it before it becomes something that has like a face attached. You know, you talk about your feelings about them and whether or not you intend, whether it's important to you before you're telling someone, say but before the woman that you're talking to thinks, this is about me.
Okay.
He doesn't necessarily have strong feelings about a prenup. It's just me that he's worried is not going to work out.
I see what you're saying. So you would be like be talking about different things in the news or, hey, speaking of that, what do you think about a prenup?
Yeah, something like that.
That seems so unnatural, though. And the other thing is this: if you don't get the answer you want, then I assume, because the whole point of it is to find out the answer.
Yeah.
And the way she would feel about a prenup might be different if she was the one having to sign it, and you're going to shut down the way you might feel about somebody on the third date because they didn't answer the question right. Maybe your idea of having a prenup would change on the fourth date or the fifth date. But if you get down there on the third date, let's for your example, let's go crazy. Number one, let's say that I'm doing this. Number two, let's say that I believe in prenups, and then let's say that I want her to say, yeah, I believe prenups are great. I mean, you bring in and you take out what you brought in, and no big deal, and no big deal at all. If I don't get the answer that I want, then I'm done. I'm shutting it off.
I don't know if they're saying
but why would you?
Well,
why would you keep going if you? I mean, are you going to really explore it?
I don't know. I guess it depends on how you feel about it.
Yeah.
If you're somebody who believes I'm never going to do that, I'm never going to get married without a prenup, then maybe you would be able to decide by the third date.
Maybe.
If you're talking with someone who is as vehemently opposed to them as you are in favor of it for you, then you might save yourself a whole lot of a whole lot of angst by waiting until you're much further into a relationship.
Let's go to a different thing. This wouldn't apply, obviously, to me at my age or that, but let's apply to somebody young and having kids. Do you ask on the third date, hey, how do you feel about having kids? I mean, that would be, for some people, that's a deal breaker.
Yeah.
If you don't want to have kids, so you're 23 years old and you're having your date with your 23-year-old person, and you're saying, hey, let me ask you this. How about those Rangers? And also, what do you think about having kids? Do you want kids? I saw a kid at the Rangers game, and it made me want to ask you, what do you think about having kids?
Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, you want to know that, right?
But see, part of it also is people change. People change, And the other thing is, what if she says yes? Yes, I've always wanted to. And what if you get down the road and you really do too, and you don't know until later that there's a problem and maybe she can't have kids, and you've sort of set this wild thing of.
That's just something that
dark.
I mean, no, it's not dark. It's just life.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying. Yeah. Anyway, the same thing that prenup. But back to your point, prenups. I don't really dig them because they sort of they may not portend disaster, but they certainly say in the event of emergency, this door alarm will sound as you flee.
It's funny that you should use that analogy because I've never been I've never thought that they were a good idea either. It seemed like you'd kind of be assuming that something was going to go wrong before you even started, or making provisions for something to go wrong with something that you're vowing to last forever.
But there may be some reason. Let's take an example. Let's say somebody is I don't know, somebody's 50 years old and they got 3 kids and their spouse has passed away.
Yeah.
And they have a certain amount of money. They either came from this or that or the inheritance or whatever. Sure. And they already have kids.
Yeah.
That is going to flow to. And so in that event, that's really sort of different that even, that maybe that scenario, but the scenario of, hey, if this doesn't work, I get the dog or whatever.
I'm sure there are people who make provisions for things like that. But one prenup proponent compared these kinds of agreements, these prenuptial agreements, to seatbelts, something you hope you never need, but you wear it anyway.
Yeah, I guess I can see a case being made for it, but generally I'm not
I'm with you.
Not critical of the people that do it, just not my bag.
This reminds me of Jessica Simpson and Nick Lachey.
Hold on a second. I think I remember this. At the time they got married, he wanted a prenup. He's making more money. He wanted a prenup to protect his own money in the event that things went well. That she should be glad to do that. She was
not. She was terribly offended. She felt like he was putting, he was assuming that their marriage wasn't going to last, and he wanted to protect himself, and she was sure they would be married forever.
This was ironic.
It was. She won, that battle, and they married without a prenuptial agreement. A couple years later, in 2015, she referred to her first marriage as her biggest money mistake in a CNBC interview, because if you'll remember, during their marriage, she started that she got more famous, started a clothing brand, and he took her to the bank afterwards.
The way to say it is that was the rightful settlement. I mean, it wasn't that he took it from her. He provided the opportunity for that not to be an issue, and she didn't want to do it. Yeah. Okay, well, then away to Boyd.
Stephen Colbert wraps up his show this week.
His long goodbye. It's only been a 50-week goodbye.
Yeah.
It's Thursday, right? Thursday is the last.
Thursday
is the last
show.
Episode. Did you see that? Did you see when, and I didn't watch it, but did you see when Letterman was on what they did?
I do. Well, they did several things. You mean throwing the furniture off the roof? Yes. It was pretty funny.
And those were actually was the furniture.
Yeah.
It wasn't like some stuff as a stunt. It was the actual furniture gone.
He's got Jon Stewart on this week. Okay. He has Steven Spielberg on this week. Also, a special performance from Talking Heads' David Byrne along with Colbert, which reminded me, do you remember the thing when Colbert did I think it was like a part 1 and a part 2. This was when he was still doing the Colbert Report, long time ago. And he did the thing to the Daft Punk song.
I don't remember that.
Henry Kissinger, Bryan Cranston was in it. I looked it up just for a moment so I could refresh my memory, but it had him in it's quite funny, and it's on YouTube.
I'll look it up.
It's very cute. Also, I'd heard the last 2 shows, Wednesday and Thursday, would be Bruce Springsteen. But now they're saying Thursday is a surprise. that Wednesday will be Bruce Springsteen.
Okay.
And Thursday is a surprise, but you know who he has said, who Stephen Colbert has said he wanted for that last show?
No.
Yeah, the Pope. He said that he reached out to the Pope.
That is odd.
He's a devout Catholic.
Yeah,
First
I know.
American Pope.
Yeah.
He thought it'd be cool to have him on.
Yeah.
And they're very tight-lipped about it at CBS, which I guess they'd be for whoever it was, just to try to, drum up a lot of excitement about it.
I hope the Pope doesn't do that.
Yeah.
I don't think you want to set a precedent.
A little undistinguished.
A little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a good thing.
I'll be shocked.
Like the Pope at the Improv.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, no, it doesn't really work.
That's not going to happen,
No.
right? Who else could it be that would be
good question.
that would be weighty enough for that occasion?
I'd say Paul McCartney, but I mean, I think he
was just on Saturday Night Live.
I know. A big musical guest. I don't know. If he loves Springsteen, I guess that would be the I Ching for him. Wouldn't be political. Nobody political. Wouldn't be an actor, actress. Wouldn't be like Barbara Streisand, who sang for Johnny there. That was
Bette Midler. But
sang for Johnny.
Do you remember who sang for Jay Leno at the end? One of your favorites, James Taylor.
Oh, that's right, James Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
See, but I wouldn't like him. But
Sweet
I don't
Baby
think
Jay.
That's right. I wouldn't put him in that category of. I guess I will watch, but I'll hear about it. I'll read about it of who is the one. I don't know. It sounds like they might be teasing because they don't really know.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they'll have Bruce back 2 nights in a row.
In a decade, I think I may have watched that show in real time, like the kids say, 5 times maybe. Everything else I've ever seen is, replaying it the day after or clips on social media or things like that. But I kind of am interested in the
at the
end of it.
Yeah, I like it. It's like watching, sports. I may not really care about basketball, but I'll watch the Final Four or something like that. I may not really care about hockey, but I'll watch Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the end, so you want to watch it.
See if anything crazy happens.
Yeah, you never know. Something crazy might happen.
The Nationals, the Washington Nationals, have a new team dog.
Oh,
he's very cute.
Yeah, he is.
His name is Natty.
Natty.
He's also very busy. He's also training to be a service dog with canine companions. He's an 8-week-old golden retriever and Labrador retriever mix. Sign me up.
Yeah, he's good looking. He's
so
really good
cute.
looking. And they Natty is the name, right?
Natty is the name.
That's a good looking dog too.
I heard somebody talking about golden retriever service dogs. It was somebody who trains golden retriever service dogs. And the question was, what does it take for a golden retriever to be a good service dog? And the answer was, you have to be able to tolerate lots of people telling you you're beautiful and giving you lots of hugs and kisses. And if they're good at that, then they'll do great at their job. Finally, I have a fashion icebreaker for you. This is for you to start a conversation with your daughter, Caroline.
Okay.
Now, I know that she's very involved in this world, very interested in this world, and it might not be, fashion is not your
forte.
It's not your top priority.
That's correct. That's
right. Okay, so you're going to ask Caroline, hey, what do you think of Shein acquiring Everlane?
Okay, I don't know what that means, but let me practice saying it.
Okay.
Ready? That's sort of my life. I don't know what it means, but let me practice saying it. Hey, see if this sounds convincing. Hey, what do you think about Shein buying Everlane?
Very good.
Does that
very
sound
good.
sincere?
Okay. It sounds very sincere. Now let me tell you what you need to know on the backside of that
what it means.
to back it up. Shein is what you'd call they are a purveyor of fast fashion. If you do a little search of Shein right now, you'll have a bunch of dresses come up and they look really beautiful. They're like $16, $32. Okay. Not that. And honestly, I've never ordered anything from Shein, so I don't know what the quality is like. But you wouldn't find them like with a high rating for sustainability. Probably it is a Chinese company. Everlane, much more sustainability is a big thing.
They're frou-frou.
They're a little.
Frou-frou.
It's not. It's work clothes, and I mean you can find jeans and lots of casual clothes, but nothing is $16 in there. And I mean maybe one sock is $16. Everything, but it's the idea is these things were constructed for the people who made them make a living wage, and you're gonna buy these things. and you're going to keep them for a long time. You take care of your clothes. This is not something that you'll, throw away. These are timeless clothes too, in the way they're styled. It's not something that you're going to, want to get rid of next week because it's out of, out of fashion.
Classic.
Yeah. So it's incongruous at best. They acquired them. Shein acquired Everlane for $100 million. People are really mad at Everlane and
for selling out. Like you didn't have to sell to this group, because the group I don't want to be mean about it, but it'd be like Sam Moon buying Saks.
Exactly.
The people at Saks would go, "Hey, we don't want the point of purchase, and we don't want down the aisles to be 9 feet tall."
Right. It would be like Aldi buying Whole Foods.
There you go.
Yeah. And people are really upset with Everlane. They wonder how this is going to affect the quality of the product, the construction of the product. A lot of retailers that are sort of at the same level as Everlane have already said, so not Shein necessarily, but some other company tried to buy us out, and we said, no, we're not going to, we're holding on to these principles that we hold dear, that we know the consumer, that's important to the consumer too.
Well, one of the things is, and I don't want to be mean about this, but I think a lot of people that go to certain places, you're not really just going there because of sustainability and all that. Part of what you're doing is you're going to a place that does not attract the people that you don't want to be with.
That might be true.
That sounds really mean, but I think people that go to even some specialty grocery stores, you're not just paying for the things that you have there, you're paying for the other people you don't have to bump into.
Kind of indicting.
You're paying for it to be a different experience when you walk to the parking lot than it would be if it was somewhere else. And I'm a guy that grew up working at a grocery store, but I think that's true. I think people like to feel special. Everyone likes to feel special. If you create this environment that says, the people who shop here, what kind of people shop here? It's the people who care about sustainability. Now, we know some of the people in the world that don't really care about sustainability. It's them, whoever them is. Those people, they don't really care, but we care. So when Shein buys Everlane, the Everlane people, I would guess, are partly sort of miffed because it's going to change my place. My place where I go is now going to be owned by them.
Right.
Part of the reason I go there is because it's not that
I want to shop with people who can also spend $150 on a pair of blue jeans.
That's right. It's not about a racial thing. It's just like if I wanted to go to a knick-knack store or a special or a, what do you call it when you buy clothes that are particularly cheap?
Fast fashion.
Yeah. Well, is that what it's called? Okay, I don't want to, if I wanted to go to that kind of place, I could have gone to that kind of place.
So one other significant thing for someone who might not know, Shein is all online. There are no storefronts.
Oh, okay.
Everlane has a pretty, they do a pretty significant portion of their business online, but they do have, I don't think there's one in Dallas-Fort Worth. I know there's one, or at least there used to be one in Austin and other, big cities around the country.
Maybe they'll be smart to the people that bought them, Shein, and just let them be who they are.
Maybe they will.
That'll be fine. And before we go, just a reminder of the little word puzzle. Still waiting for the answer. This may be the last time I mention it.
Okay.
Name a 7-letter English word with only 2 consonants, and it contains all 5 vowels A, E, I, O, and U. So you can comment wherever you hear the podcast, or just send us an email. That is the Wilder Show podcast. If you want to send us email, speaking of that, podcast@wildershow.com. The Wilder Show podcast drops Tuesdays and Fridays, 6 a.m. Central Time or before on Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeart, Amazon, YouTube, TikTok now and again. And wherever you get your podcast, would you engage us? Would you comment? Would you like, rate, follow, subscribe, and share? And we appreciate that. And Lauren, thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next time.